welcome, dear. Come in, come in. It is a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Bear Hibernation Agency, where we will be pairing you with your prime location for hibernation. I don't recognize your face at all. Are you a new client? Okay, that is not a problem. If you're interested in going ahead with our services today, I will be asking for a bunch of personal info and questions that you can rest assured are very related to the location that we're going to be trying to set you up with. Okay? Of course. May I ask, were you referred here by another bear who's used our services before? Did you hear about us online, through any advertisements, flyers, etc.? Okay, amazing. Oh yeah, I know them quite well. Yeah, that's great. And I heard they had moved on to another area. Yeah. Are they doing well there then? Good. Glad to hear it. Oh, and they speak highly of us. That is amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I'm hoping that you get as great services and experience as they did with us. Okay. Have you, even though you've not used our services before, have you used any of the Global Bear Network? Okay. No, it's just referrals from family, sharing, etc. Okay. Well, would you be interested in going forward with us today? Great. Glad to hear it. Give me one moment here. We're just gonna get all set up, as I've got a couple intake questions, if you don't mind answering some of them for me. Amazing. Thank you. So if you don't mind here, can I get your name and your easiest contact info? Or the easiest place to reach you at? Okay. Oh, that's a lovely name. Okay. And just that phone number. Okay. Is that your cell or home number? A cell. Okay. Excellent. And so, since you're a new client, it seems like you don't have a winter address that you usually use. No. I could put your info if you were living with family before. Okay. That's perfectly fine. And that was with your mother. Okay. Well, that's not too far from here then. Okay. That's great. So this is your first year out on your own then? Okay, so exciting. Yeah. So your first own place to hibernate this winter. Excellent. Well, that's actually exactly what I was going to be asking you some questions about next, alright? So I'm going to help you basically narrow down your location, what you're looking for out of a cave for hibernation this winter. If it's your first winter, I'm assuming you might not have enough fish or currency to provide us for a more expensive, lavish cave. Okay, yeah, and that's no judgment there. I don't need specifics, but I just need an idea of kind of what range you're looking at. Of course. Well, we offer various locations as well as packages. So that is up for you to decide. But we generally range from tier 1, which is our most affordable tier. It's not the most luxurious, but it's very safe, very comfortable. None of our caves are lacking in conditions. None of them leak or are near any human roads or commonly tread, like hiking trails, things like that. Every single one is going to be very private. You're more so just paying between the 3 tiers as you go up, tier 2, tier 3, for square footage and for any amenities or privacy. So some bears will pay for a higher cost for a winter cave. That is very private, that is very remote from humans, and maybe is very well located to, say, a fast-flowing river that doesn't freeze in the winter, where if they do wake up and they need access to fish or something, then they can grab it then. Exactly. But again, all in very safe, very good locations. Our team scouts and maintains these locations every year, and we do a clean check through of every location if a bear, say, wants to change or is moving to a totally different part of the world or region and they want something different. Exactly. Okay. So the tier 1, you're looking at more about 200 salmon to 300 salmon for the winter. So not bad. Tier 2, you're looking at more 500 to 1,000 for the winter package, and then about 1,000, 1,500 plus is for tier 3. Yeah, so tier 1 sounds good to you. Excellent. Of course, yeah, any questions are perfectly fine. No, exactly. Yeah, that is a perfectly valid question. So, we do get new locations every year, as we can, though those can be limited. Generally, what happens when a particular cave opens up in whatever tier that it's in, that is often due to the bear that had been hibernating there the past couple winters, as we do have some bears who stay in one location for a decade before they decide they want to upgrade or they're going to move to a new location. So I don't think we've ever really had anyone who was unhappy with their location that they got. It was more so just with time or wanting to upgrade, move closer to family. Exactly. Okay. Now may I ask then, as this is going to help me narrow down some options for you, is it just going to be yourself? Do you have a partner or some cubs who will be living with you? Oh, that's so exciting. Congratulations. Okay. So you're not sure how many, but it could be 2 to 3, we are thinking. Okay. That's great. So you're going to probably be looking for a decent size of something that's comfy, but is going to have enough space for when your cubs come along to have them be comfortable and taken care of in there as well. Excellent. Do you have any ideas for names yet? Okay. Oh, I love the name Winnie. That is a lovely name. Beyond that, you're not sure. Yeah, I get you. Well, I personally always like the name Grills, but that's maybe because that was my grandfather's name. Of course. Yeah. It's more of an uncommon one, but I think it works quite well. Okay. Now, because you're going to have young cubs along the way, are you going to be wanting to avoid being super near, like, a body of water, running water? Of course, I understand. Okay, perfect. So that will eliminate that one, which is actually helpful. Elimination does sound bad, but it's actually going to help us narrow down so you've got a couple options. And you're totally fine to say no to any of the ones I'm going to offer you. But I think this will help you not be burdened with and overwhelmed with a variety of choices. Are there any particular amenities then that you're looking for with your cave? Okay, so a little private, but you're looking to be close enough to some trails that you could pass by that can get you easy access to any bushes early in the spring. Berry bushes. Any particular raspberries, blackberries? Not too particular. Okay. That is perfect. Oh, and that helps me narrow down some locations as well. Anything else, my dear? Okay. No, that's perfectly fine. It kind of helps sometimes when you actually get to see the options or get an idea of them to really help you narrow them down. Yeah, of course. Well, I think we're done with the questions here. I do have one thing we're going to do beforehand that's going to help us narrow down a little more. Okay. So with this section, I'm basically going to show you a variety of pictures, images, and you're going to just tell me if it's something that you're leaning towards, you enjoy, or is it kind of a turn off. So it's kind of hard to explain, but you might see what I mean in a moment, okay? Just give me a minute to eliminate a couple of these that are not quite relevant to what you're looking for. Not that one. Not that one. Okay, we'll keep those ones. Not that one. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Now, there's no wrong answers here, dear, okay? This is just kind of a bit of a thought design experiment, okay? So what do you think of this one here? Yes, a relaxing body of water. But not something you're looking for with new cubs on the way. Exactly, yes. Okay, no, that's great. That aligns exactly with what we had just talked about. What about this one? Can you see that okay? Yeah, so we have here an underground den, or variety of dens. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for all these little critters here. Like a snake, a fox, rabbits, mice, badgers, owls, etc. It's not the most accurate as to what animals would actually be underground like this, but it is very cute. So you like this, the idea of like burrowing down, having a cozy cave. How do you feel about a cave then that would go underground a little more instead of being what we typically picture as like a walk-in cave? Okay, you're open to it, yeah. I guess we would have to make sure that the opening is easy enough to get in and out of, though, for you and the cubs, especially in the spring. Of course. Okay, I'll set that aside there. That's a keeper. And this one, we actually had one of our staff model for this lovely painting. It's like a midnight blue. It's all monochrome. Yeah, you might have seen this when you walked into the office. We have a blown up version of this at the front desk. Of course. Got the birch trees there, the night sky. Lovely there. This reminds you of cozy nights, a safe haven. Of course. Would you be open then to your cave being more in the forest, in some brush, Of course, and that can work because we'd be keeping you away from some open bodies of water. Okay, well, I'll keep that one aside as well. I've got 3 more for you. And we have this one here. I know it's a human location, but how does the wintry, frigid temperatures make you feel? So again, that body of water is not what we're looking for here. And not near humans at all, of course. Especially with cubs. Okay. Second last one, how about this one? Fall scene in a lovely Vermont lakeside town with the mountain in the back. Yeah, it makes me think about this time of year. Hibernation is soon approaching. Being comfy, yeah. Okay, so despite the body of water, that really works for you. Alright. That is also good to know. And the last one here. So this is your favorite then? I would agree, this might be one of my favorites as well. So you got these big mountain ranges on the top. Got a light, slow-moving, winding river here. Got lots of trees, wildflowers, hills. Lots of opportunity for game and fish that you can get for your cubs in the spring. Exactly. Okay, so a location in the woods near something like this, but not too near. I love that. Okay. Well, let me set this one aside for you. Okay. Well, I think I have a very good idea of what you're looking for in a cave, my dear. Are you interested in looking at the options that I have for you? You can talk over them. Again, if you don't like any of them, we can go back through and find you something else. Of course, okay. And you didn't have any more questions for me? No, okay. Excellent, excellent. Well, I've got this big globe here. As we are connected to the global network of bears and bear hibernation locations, this is the map I currently have right now. So we're going to look at North America here. I'm sorry that I don't have a more precise map. We've been getting a lot of our maps updated recently, like our more scaled down ones for all these new locations that we've been getting in the area. So we're working with kind of much more scaled out versions, yeah. So we're looking here though in North America. Now, I think we're gonna want to put you in a more northern region, correct? So I've got 3 locations for you. Here, here, and here. With each of these ones, you are kind of more in northern central Canada. You're going to be near, but not too near the bay, if that's okay. Yeah, but you should be safe because in this region, it's very remote. There's not a lot of humans or anything. And you will kind of get that access to the kind of mountainous, forested areas like rivers that you were looking for. So location number 1 is here. Okay. In this location, you're going to have, let me see. Oh yes, I'm sorry, I've pulled it up here. So this is going to be kind of that burrowing cave we were talking about. You have like a slight sloped entrance and it's down and hidden underground. It's about 300 square feet, so it's a decent size, yeah. It's going to be the farthest away over here from the Hudson Bay, so you're going to be pretty safe with the cubs with in terms of location. this area is not the most mountainous, but you are going to get the most burrowed down cave that you were interested in. It's got a wide enough entrance and everything so you can get in fine. And it is going to be not near any rivers or anything, but there is just in here, very close to it, there is a very popular but massive wild bush location. We don't give out that location unless you're to get this cave in the neighborhood, just because local bears don't want bears coming from farther regions and, overeating the berries there in the spring. Exactly. So there's that one, okay? The next one is here, just a little bit south, but you're still going to be very remote. This one is the most mountainous location, like the one we were talking about there. Though the cave itself is not going to be as burrowed down. It's kind of more of a standard flat open entrance. This one is about 275 square feet, but instead of being more of a rounded burrow, it's a little more open. So it does have a very open, airy feel compared to the first option. There's nothing extravagant in terms of berry picking locations for the spring or anything, but there is a river about 5-10 kilometers away that isn't super massive or strong flowing, but it is known to have a great amount of salmon in the spring and the fall coming through. So it's a great location as well. Oh, of course, yes, I forgot to mention. Yeah, so we try to keep all our cave locations at least 2 kilometers apart from each other to give a decent bit of privacy, at least in this particular tier. Like if you wanted or were in the level 2 or 3 tiers, those become more and more kilometers away for more privacy from other bears. Okay, yeah. And that's the thing, right? When you're in hibernation, you're not coming out very much. You're going to be pretty settled in there and not too worried about your neighbors. Exactly. Okay. And this is our third and last location here, the closest to the bay. Now, what it lacks in space, it makes up for in design. So this one is only just under 200 square feet. It's about 195 square feet. It's the smallest, but it is the most comfortable, arguably. This is actually a location that had just opened up this winter again, as I had a bear who was hibernating in there for about 8 years. Consecutively. Yeah, they loved it. They just wanted to move up to a bigger tier as they were going to have some more cubs. So, yeah. Trust me though, you can definitely have cubs here. That is not a problem. With this location, it's a very leak-proof, very smooth stone. The bear who lived here before actually carved out a perfect place, and there's already a pre-made kind of comfy bed situation going on in there. Exactly. So it's already pre-furnished for you. Exactly. This one as well is located to fairly close enough to that other berry bush location I was telling you about. It's a couple of kilometers away, so you can very easily get there in the spring though. So we can give you that location as well if you were to go there. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else with those. Did you have any questions in relation to those? Yeah, so with our policies, sorry, let me just set this down. Yes, so how our policies work is if you pick a place and you're there for half the winter and you're having a very hard time hibernating and sleeping. It's very uncomfortable. There's like leak problems. There's loud neighboring bears who are encroaching on your area. Then that's definitely something we can deal with, and definitely a way in which we can move you. Though we tend to not move people around from their location in their cave once you're settled in if there's no major problems like that. We try to keep all the bears in their locations, as not only does it help us not have to change around so much in the season, but it also helps you be more comfortable and hopefully hibernate and rest better. Exactly. Did you have any more questions? Did you want to see any more options, or did you decide on one? Okay, that's excellent. No, that is great. I'm just gonna get you all booked for that one then. I think that'll be a great option for you and your cubs. Mm-hmm. That's booked. Excellent. So you are booked with that one. We require the fish payment by the 30th of November at the end of the month. But you're allowed to bring it in any time before that in the next couple weeks. Exactly. Yeah, and so once you do, that's when you will come in, you make the payment, and then we will give you the exact location. You will get also a little complimentary welcome bag from us as you are a new client. That includes a comfortable blanket for the winter, a complimentary salmon meal on us, and as well as any of the details like that berry bush location. Who maybe your neighbors would be if you're interested in popping by and saying hi before you go in for hibernation. Exactly. And that's a great time to ask any more questions or anything that you may have. Alright. Okay. Just finish up this here. Good. Alright. There we go. You're all set, my dear. I'm so happy that we found you an amazing hibernation location. I will probably see you when you come by in the next couple weeks to get settled, make those payments. But until then, best of luck with getting ready to move. And I am so excited for you for this season. I hope you have a very relaxing hibernation. All right. Well, you take care now. Bye-bye.